sees my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat fire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
which is the presentation by Dr. Sawitri, who will guided by Sylviatun Niami as the moderator. Sylvie, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Noval. Well, moving on to the next session, we have Professor Dr. Sawitri Swanarwa as our third speaker. Okay, Dr. Sawitri already there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, allow me to read your curriculum vitae first.
Okay.
Oleh, okay. Professor Dr. Sawitri Swanarwa has been teaching at Raja Magala University of Technology Lanata campus for 17 years. In 2012, she is graduated from the University of South Australia with a Doctor of Education degree of Teaching English as a Second Language, or TESOL. After she finished her university, she moved back to Thailand in order to teach bachelor degree students in multidisciplinary such as engineering, marketing, English for international communication, etc. Her main interests are TESOL, ESL, EFL, and sociolinguistics. From 2013 to present, there have been numbers of national and international conference presentations. She has international publication in Scopus Index journals, academic experience such as keynote speaker, plenary speaker, associate editor, and peer review for international level. Recently, she proposed for her academic position, associate professor, which is focusing on a communicative skill of undergraduate students at her university. Finally, she strongly believes that this conference will be a key part of her lifelong learning experience of developing and sharing English language. Therefore, with honor, let me invite Professor Dr. Sawitri to the main screen. Good afternoon, Professor Dr. Sawitri.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much to read all of my curriculum vitae to all the audience and participant here.
Yeah, my pleasure, Professor. Before Q&A session, I would like to inform you that the session will last for 30 minutes. And the Q&A session will be opened in the last session after the presentation is done. So, Professor Dr. Sawitri, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sawadika. That is a greeting from Thailand, like hello, or good afternoon, or good morning. The moderator, do you want me to share my screen by myself, or you would like to control and click one slide by slide?
Maybe from the moderator, from the operator?
From the operator, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me start because I don't want to waste our times. And then I think probably you will give me about 30 minutes, but I'm quite very concerned because all of the slide that I have, it's about 60 something. So I try to finish all for you because those contains all the information and knowledge of the AI. So let me start. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon again from Thailand. It's the same time as in Indonesia. I think 1 o'clock and 6 minutes now. The topics that I'm going to present to you all are giving you the information or the updates of the AI that is artificial intelligence that we know and we might probably using it right now to all of you. My topics today is about adapting education to the digital age through artificial intelligence. Next, please. Let me introduce something, do the introduction. I will define the AI in education first because look, we might know that definition of the AI in the other disciplinary or the other function, but this is the definition AI in education and giving you the importance of digital transformation in today's society. Next, please. What is AI in education? For the brief definition of the AI, you might know that this is the artificial intelligence or AI in education refer to the use of computer system that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence, such as you might get the learning, reasoning, problem solving, and adapting to support the teaching and learning processes. Key function of the AI in education, which is I'm providing you 4 of the key function. First one is personalized learning experience, automate grading and feedback, intelligent tutoring system. They can help you of the tutoring class or any lesson that you would like to learn more. And last one is predictive analytic to improve student outcome. Next, please. Why AI matter in education? Yes, you might have some question in your mind pop up that why I do need to learn and what is the matter of the AI in our education. I think I can give you some of the important significant issue that can bring to you and in the educational matter is that benefit. I think you can customization, tailor lesson to individual student need and pace. Efficiency, you can save, it can save teacher times or even student on administrative and grading tasks. Sorry, this is should be focused on the teacher. And accessibility. So which means that it can support diverse learner through tool like speech to text or real-time translations. Data-driven insight, it can help educator, especially teacher, researcher, and the other in educational field, make informed decision using student performance data. And the last one is that goal to enhance the quality, efficiency, and inclusivity of education through intelligent technology. What is digital transformation? Transformation, which means transfer to the student, transfer to the classroom. Definition is that is the integration of digital technology into all area of life, such as business, and we are focusing right now is about education, fundamentally changing how we operate, deliver value, and interact with the world. And key assets affected like business, e-commerce, automation, cloud computing, education, and the other as well. And for the healthcare too, to the medical field, to the telemedicine, which is quite distant of the medicine to therapy, digital record, daily life such as smart home, mobile banking. We don't need to go to the bank anymore, and we can do any transaction by ourselves on the mobile or the internet or something like that. Social media, any platforms. It is not just about the technology. I think it just reshaping culture, processing and experience through the digital transformation. Next, please. Why digital transformation matter today? Of course, why we need to talk for today conference. It increased efficiency and innovation. I think it's true. Number two is expand access and inclusion. What does it mean? It can connect people globally. It's like today, I'm in Thailand, but you are in Indonesia, but we can connect globally by using the Zoom platforms that we can share our knowledge, our idea, and anything, and bridge the gap in education and healthcare and the other services. Three, prepare for the future of work. Yes, equip individual and organization with digital skill, especially essentially for tomorrow's job. Four, support economic growth, drive competency, entrepreneurships, and new job opportunity. And the last one is that code to the cross. Digital transformation is no longer in a choice. Yes, it must be a thing that very significant matter in our society now. Next, please. For the objective of my presentation today is that explore how AI is transforming education. Number two is understand its role in adapting to a digital society. And number three is discuss challenges and future prospects. Next. Why we need to see the explore how AI is transforming education? It's like I mentioned previously. AI is a matter, the things that we need to know in our situation, in our current situation. And we need to learn and we need to know that why we need to explore how AI is transforming education. It helps to personalize learning. It will be an intelligent tutoring system for both of the teacher and the student. Get the feedback and get the real-time support to the teacher, and also can be the automated assessment. AI tool can grade assignment and quiz instantly and saving a heaps of teacher times for do all the other things. Predictive analytics, it helps the educator identify at least student early and effectively, I think. Language and accessibility tool, speech to text translation, yes, of course. For example, in my country like now, I cannot really block or not allow my student, which means my English major student, to not using the AI tool. But I myself, on behalf of the lecturer, should really help them to see and know how to use it properly and efficiently. Next slide, please. Understand its role in adapting to a digital society. The role of AI in digital society now is like um, play a very key role in helping individual, organization, and government transition into a digitally connected and automated world. For the key roles like automation of the daily tasks, AI power, it can help and assist all of us in any way, I think. Data-driven decision making, yes, it can help us to make the decision on something that we need helper like AI. Smart services, yes, it can be personalized recommendation, digital customer services, and adaptive to the learner platform. And the last one is enchanting human capability. AI can assist us for the language, translation, accessibility to, and creative processes. Next, please. And also AI enable online learning platform, personalized skill development. Yes, we don't need to sit in front of the computer all the time. We can back and forth to learn. We don't need to go to the classroom anytime to just learning the language or do anything or talk to the teacher. It can help us for the workforce transformation, support automation of job and reskilling through intelligent training too. Yes, we can, like a Dr. Chaudhary talked this morning, he talked to the AI. Yes, I am too. I am talking to the AI too sometimes. It can be my friends, give me some suggestion and recommendation sometimes that probably that issue, it might be a very high secret or confidential issue that I don't want anybody to know, and AI knows about that. Number three, inclusive technology. It can improve accessibility for people with disability and non-native speaker like us. It's helped a lot, I think. And the last one is that for efficient public services, I can enhance e-government services in traffic management and the public safety. Next, please. Data privacy and security. It protecting sensitive student information from misuse. Yes. Digital inequality, unequal access to AI tool and internet connectivity. Unfortunately, if you don't have the internet access, it might fail to this issue, but you should have a actually it's very stable and very strong internet connection. It can help you a lot to connect with the AI. Teacher training, need for professional development to use an AI effectively. Yes, I agree with this issue because if you can see right now, I don't know that how many AI that launched to our world. It's not only ChatGPT or Gemini or Google Bard or whatever, it still have a lot. And we know that for the teacher to be professional development of how to use the AI effectively is a must that we need to have in each university or school. Over reliant on technology, yes, this is a very key point as well. Risk of reducing human interaction and critical thinking. For the future prospect, more personalized learning. Yes, of course. AI will offer deeper customization based on learning behavior because they know they can observe us. How many words, or what is the repetition, the word that we repeat, I mean, regularly. They can observe us, they can detect us, they can know that what our behavior, what our characteristic is very intelligent. It's like their names. Smarter educational tools, continued improvement in intelligence, tutoring and feedback system. Yes, I do agree with it. Global learning access, bridging education gaps in remote and underserved regions, and all human collaboration. For example, right now we can collaborate through the Zooms and by using of this platform. Teacher and I working together to enhance the learning experience. Next, please. What is in artificial intelligence? I will give you the brief and very simple definition. I don't want to go to the very complex or something that you might not get understanding easily. What is the AI? An example of the machine learning NLP and recommendation system. Next, please. What is it? Intelligent, artificial intelligence. For the board goal, build computer system that can perform tasks requiring human-like intelligence. For the core ability, what is the core ability to do for us? Learning from data, reasoning, problem solving, perceptions, language, understanding, decision-making keys. For the subfield, that machines learning and deep learning, natural language, possessing computer vision and robotic expert system. And then how it works? Algorithm, large data set, computer power, model that improve to training and feedback. An everyday example like voice assistant, yes, recommendation engine, smart cameras, autonomous vehicles, and even fraud decision system. Next, please. This is, for example, I might give you the brief example that in artificial intelligence application that are we using right now, machine learning or ML. For example, spam email detection, medical diagnosis tool, stock market forecasting, natural language processing or NLP. For example, chatbot and virtual assistant like chat GPT and the other. Language translation, sentiment analysis in social media. Next, please. Recommendation system. For example, movie and show suggestion. Netflix, yes, very famous, you know that. Product recommendation, Amazon. Music playlist, Spotify, that we know. Next, please. Evolution of AI in education. Yes, come to this part. You might want to know that you already know the previously of the definition of the AI, example of the AI, but you might don't knows about what is the timeline from early computer assisted instruction to adaptive learning platform. Next, please. They're starting from the early stage one, from 1980s to 1999s. For rule-based system and intelligent tutoring system, or it's called ITS. It's focused on structured learning with program response and still limited adaptability and personalization. For period number two, growth phase from 2000s to 2010s. What are they doing right now? Machine learning, enhanced adaptive learning platform, introduction of automated grading and learning analytics, AI support, basic contents, recommendation, and test scoring. Next, please. Yes, come to the present time. Evolution of the AI in education, the modern era from 2020s to the present. Natural language processing, NLP, you know already, like a chatbot that we have, ChatGPT, Gemini, Google Bard, or the other things. Writing feedback, language learning, and generative AI, AI-assisted writing, personalized tutoring, lesson planning, and can be the predictive analytic, identify at least student and customize interventions, and can be seamless in integration with online and branded learning platform. Next, please. Key area of AI is used in education. Yes, I really focus on AI is used in education in 4 aspects: intelligent tutoring system, personalized learning, automated grading, and chatbot and assistant. Next, please. For the first area, it can be the personalized learning path. What we can do, adapt content to individual student pace, level, and learning style. Number 2, it can be real-time feedback and assessment. It offers instant feedback on student performance. Next, please. For the number 3, stimulated one-on-one tutoring. Yes, it can mimic a human tutor using AI dialogue and question strategy. And number 4, it can be data-driven insight for teacher, provides analytic on student behavior and engagement. Next, please. AI for personalized learning. It can be adjust content to learner needs. Benefit, it can give the engagement, placing, and accessibility. Yes, please. Next, please. Adjust content to learner need. What is need? AI system analyze learner data. Yes, they analyze everything. For example, progress, your strengths, your weaknesses. And then it can adapt and personalize learning experience in real time. So this ensures the student receive content and matches their skill with their proper level, pace, and preferences. Next, please. Adjust content to the teacher need. Example of AI tool that can help teacher adjust to the learner need. Dreambox Learning, Newton Alta, Duolingo, Sarcastic by Socratic by Google. For all those AI tool, it brings the benefit to increase engagement, improve outcome, and support individualized learning paths. Next, please. AI for personalized learning to tailoring education to each student. Bring benefit first, increase engagement. Yes, AI can offer interactive and relevant content to the learner and also motivated to the learning. Customized pacing. Learner can progress at their own speed. Learner don't need to complete or compare their capacity or their speed with the other student, reducing frustration or boredom. I mean, they don't need to compare, like I mentioned. So they don't be like under the pressure or great pressure of learning the language itself. Greater accessibility, supporting diverse learners, including those with disability or the language barrier. Next, please. For the real world example, they can use this AI tool, like I mentioned to you, to meet the real world. I mean, instantly, promptly. Next, please. AI in assessment and feedback. This is very good for this teacher, I think. Auto grading and real-time feedback, detecting learning gaps. Yes, reducing teacher workload. That is very important. Next, please. How that AI can auto grading and real-time feedback. They claim that it's efficient, instant, and insightful evaluations. For the key feature, auto grading, what are they doing? Instantly evaluate multiple choice, fill in the blank, and even short answer using NLP. Save time and ensure consistency. The real-time feedback, what they can do, provide immediate responses to learner input and help learner correct mistake and improve instantly. Next, please. For the benefit, reduce teacher workload, speed up the feedback loops, and enhance learner reflection and self-collection. And here is a list of the example of the AI tool. I think you can read all by yourself. Some of the things that I use, frequently, like a Google Classroom, and turn it in. It's very helpful. Next, please. Detecting learning gap. What they can help? Auto grading, instant score quizzes, essay, and assignment using AI and NPL can save time and maintain consistent grading. And detecting learning gap, analyze student responses to identify pattern of misunderstanding. It also can help teacher to address weaknesses of the student early. Next, please. For the benefit, faster objective and evaluation, pinpoint student difficulty, support targeted intervention and remediation. This is also the list of the example of AI2. You can see that. All right, next please. Reducing teacher workload. This is come to the point that I would like to talk. I think it's all the universal problems and difficulty for the teacher. How I can help for this issue? Auto grading. Yes, we spend a lot of time of this thing, but now AI can help us to automate grading of objective and short answer question. Free up time for more meaningful instruction. Yes. Instant feedback. Yes, they can provide us instant feedback. Provide us the learner with automatic suggestion and correction. Less manual checking required. Yes. Data-driven insight. Summarize student performance and identify trends. Also, help us to reduce time spent analyzing results manually. Next, please. Next, please. For the benefit to the teacher of reducing their working load, save hour upgrading time, support individual feedback without extra effort, enable focus on creative teaching and student support. Here, for the example of the AI tool, grade score, turn it in, and Google Classroom, Sentry text, something like this. Next, please. AI supporting teacher like a core teacher, enchanting human instruction. Next, please. Why we call AI as a core teacher? Because AI supporting teacher by rule of the AI as a core teacher assist with routine tasks, provide real-time student insight, and also personalized learning at scale and support differentiate instruction. Next, please. Benefit for teacher if we use the AI as a core teacher. More time for one-on-one student interaction. Better classroom management with data support. Increased ability to focus on creativity and emotional support. Yes. And here, as an AI tool that can work as a co-teacher. Scholar AI, class companions, a sensory text, and the last one as well. Next, please. Enchanting human instruction. What they can help us? Personalized learning paths. AI adjusts content to suit each student pace and level. Yes. Data-driven teaching decision. It can offer insight on student progress and area needing to support. And content generation and recommendation. So also suggest activity, quizzes, and resources aligned with curriculum. Next, please. And benefit for the teacher, more time for creativity and relationship building. Yes, you can see that sometimes the relationship between teacher and student fail in the classroom, but this can help because we have more time for this one. Improve instructional precision and real-time data, greater reach for diverse learning need. And here are the AI tool that can be the example. Next, please. Case study. Yes, come to the case study because I already told you and also provided you with all the benefit, whatever. But here, come to the case study. From Finland, National AI Curriculum. And from China, AI Driven Classroom. Next, please. What happened in the Finland National AI Curriculum? They said that they launched in 2018 by University of Helsinki and rector with the government support. Goal to educate 1% of the Finnish population, about 55,000 people, on the basic of AI. Target group, general public, no technical background required. And for free online course in multiple languages. Focus on the basic concept of AI and machine learning. Ethical use of AI. Yes, this is a very important issue as well. Practical application in society. Next, please. And a case study in China, AI driven in classroom. For the overview, government lead initiative to integrate AI into K-12 classroom. What is do? Focus on the real-time monitoring, personalized learning, and data-driven teaching. They deploy in cities like Hangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai, and key feature, facial recognition and eye tracking to gauge student attention. Emotional analysis to monitor engagement, yes. And AI generated for performance report for teacher and parents. And adaptive training platform, tailor contents to individual student needs. Next, please. For their goals from the China case, to improve student engagement and outcome, to reduce teacher workload via automation, and to promote evidence-based instruction. But they also provide us with the concern and ethics. They still have the privacy and sovereignty issue raised by global observer, emphasis on the balance between innovation and ethics. Next, please. Challenges and concern, data privacy and ethics, algorithm bias, teacher resistance, or lacks of training. Next, please. Data privacy and ethics, what we do need to know about this? Student data collection, facial expression, behavioral performance, leak of data branches, unauthorized access, and third-party misuse, lack of clear policy, and regulation in many regions. Ethical concern, bias in algorithm, unfair treatment based on race, gender, or ability, lack of transparency in how AI systems make decisions, and reliance on AI can reduce teacher autonomy and student agency. Next, please. Algorithm bias. What is algorithm bias? It means that when AI systems make unfair or inaccurate decisions due to the bias data or flawed design, often reflect human or historical biases present in training and data. Example in education, grading tool may favor certain writing style or dialect, something like this. Next, please. Teacher resistance and lacks of training. Why it happens? Why resistance happen? Because fear of job displacement by AI tool, concern over loss of professional autonomy, lack of trust in AI accuracy or fairness, and training gap. Many teachers lack basic AI literacy. Yes, of course, it's a big important things. Inefficiency, professional development opportunity, limited access to user-friendly AI tool and support. Next, please. The role of educator, form knowledge delivered to facilitate lifelong learning in digital society. Next, please. I think, could you please skip to the next slide, please, because it's more important than this. Yes, of course, here. Because we can see obviously that form knowledge deliver to facilitate. Traditional teacher, we can be knowledge provider, we can be one size fit all, we can be control focus, we can be contents delivery, but now it changed to the modern educator. We need to be learning coach, personalized learning, student center, and skill development. Next, please. Lifelong learning in digital society. Educator as a lifelong learner, it embraces a growth mindset. It engages in ongoing professional development and learn with and form student, peer, and AI system. Next, please. Here, the future of AI in education, predictive analytic, virtual reality plus AI. Next. What is predictive analytic? Key application is that it early warning system for the teacher, for at least student, personalized learning pathway, forecasting student engagement, grade, and skill mastery, and can be resource allocation based on predicted demand or performance. Next, please. Predictive analytics benefit enable proactive intervention, improve student retention and success, support targeted teaching strategy. But for the consideration, you should know about the risk of data bias and misinterpretation, the importance of ethical data use and student privacy. Next, please. For the virtual reality plus AI, the key application, virtual science labs with AI tutor explaining experiment, the language learning through realistic role-play scenarios, history and geography lesson via virtual time travel, and skill training in medicine, engineering, and more. Next, please. For the conclusion, AI is essential in modern education. We can't deny that issue and must be inclusive, ethical, and grounded in pedagogy. Next. AI is essential in modern education. One, personalized learning. Tailor content to individual student need, pace, and learning style. It 24/7 access to support. It means that 24 hours and 7 days a week. AI tutor and chatbot provide round-the-clock assistance. Number two is efficiency for educator. Automate grading, feedback, and administrative tasks, and reduce teacher workload. Number four, data-driven decision. AI can analyze student performance for targeted intervention. Number five, the global learning opportunity and can break the language and geographical barrier with translation and adaptive tools. Next, please. Inclusive decision support diverse learning needs. For example, language, disability, and culture. Ensure that access across socio-economics background. Avoid reinforcing exist biases. Number two, ethical implementation. Protect student data privacy and digital rights. Transparent AI decision making, explainable AI, and avoid surveillance and algorithms discrimination. And number three, pedagogical results by complement, not replace human teaching, align with evidence-based educational practice, and promote critical thinking, not just automation. Next, please. Yes, here is the end and the conclusion of my presentation. Next, please. And next. Yes, this is the references that I consult the information and the knowledge from. And next, please. Thank you for listening. Here is my name, Dr. Sawitri Suwarnalo, and I am UTL, which is Ratchamankara University, Tak campus in Thailand. And here is my email address. If you have further inquiry after my presentation, you can feel free to email me anytime. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you to Professor Dr. Sawitri for your impressive insight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now have Q&A session. For anyone who has question, please raise your hand or use raise hand feature on Zoom. Or you can even type your question in chat box and I will deliver it to the speaker. Okay, it seems like we got a question from the participant in this room. Introduce yourself briefly and pose your question.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Anita from English Education Department. I want to ask, how can we address the issue of digital inequality when implementing AI in schools?
That's a good question, actually. I think from now on, and we do have a lot of the AI tools, which is we can select preciously, I think, and not randomly like in the early early stage of using the AI, because right now they have a lot. You can see the benefit or the strengths, sorry, weaknesses of each AI tool to implement into your classroom. How do you can implement that? I think you should learn it properly, individually of the AI tool. You should study with the benefit and the weakness, strengths, and how it can use, or even yourself have to be trained first to use it properly. Otherwise, that we may sorry use it in the wrong way or in improper way. And how you can implement in the classroom. If you can remember that one time that I staged in my presentation is that in the course, in the subject that I teach, like translations, how can I implement those? Actually, we don't need to allow our student, which is Thai student, to use the AI tool to translate from English to Thai language. But now we cannot block them. We cannot say that, don't do that, stop doing this. What we should encourage them to use it properly. And I show one side that if you use AI all the time to translate these text, message, or the paper, you will not use your brain properly, or you cannot use your language, or you cannot use your knowledge to getting a job or further studying after you graduate, ma'am. Pinpoint to the things that they need to know and they need to learn, something like that.
Okay, Miss Anita, is speaker's answer clear? Okay, we hope that answers your question. Okay, for the participant in the Zoom, maybe we have any participant to ask the question. Anyone who wants to ask the question, you can raise your hand using feature, raise your hand, and in the chat box. The operator, maybe you can open the chat box. Okay. Maybe the participant in this room, is there anyone who wants to ask? Okay, the operator, maybe you can open the chat box. Okay, the question, what does it mean for AI to act as a co-teacher, and what are the benefits for educators?
Mm. It's also a good question as well. How we can uh, say that AI as a co-teacher, because it helps us, of course, like a co-pilot. It can help pilot to fly the plane properly and
Iya,
in the
pembicaraan.
right direction. So what is mean for AI as a co-teacher? It helps us a lot. If you can see from my slide or my presentation, it can help us to get a feedback to the student, grading to the student as well, and even help the teacher to construct or create course syllabus and even suggested the material for the course. That's how we can call the co-teacher.
Okay, Mr. Abizar, we hope that answers your question. Okay, Prof, I think that's enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we end this session, I would like to say thank you so much from my deepest heart to Professor Dr. Sawitri, for spending time to attend this webinar. And for that, we would like to give you an award in the form of certificate of appreciation for being our speaker today. And the certificate of appreciation will be presented by Dr. Nafiah, SPDI MPD.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sawitri.
It's my pleasure, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. And here we are. Thank you, Prof. Okay, and here we are, last but not least, the last presentation which will be delivered by our fourth speaker, Professor Dr. Muhammad Kabilan bin Abdullah from Malaysia. May we now welcome Professor Dr. Kamarul to the stage. Good afternoon, Prof. How's your day?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, before we proceed the presentation, allow me to read your curriculum vitae. Professor Muhammad Kabilan is Professor of English Language Education of University Science Malaysia, a PhD in TESOL. He researches ICT integration, teacher development, and critical pedagogy. He is editor-in-chief of the Asia Pacific Journal of Educators and Education, Scopus Index Q3, and adjunct professor at Universitas Negeri Malang, Indonesia. He has published widely in his area, including in TESOL, Quarterly Journal of Teacher Education, Teaching and Teacher Education, and Computers and Education. Before Q&A session, Prof, I would like to inform you that the session will last for 30 minutes. And the Q&A session will be opened in the last session after the presentation is done. So, Prof, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I may request to open article number 14, which I've 14. Article number 14. Yes, this is the one. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to Okay, thank you for the invitation. Today I would like to share something, an experience of mentoring a young researcher from Indonesia, and his name is Sukirman. I'm going to share my experience of how we collaborated, worked for about a year, and then finally we were able to publish in a Scopus Q1 journal without any payment. 0 rupiah, 0 ringgit, 0 US dollars. Okay, so Sukirman, ini cerita-cerita saja, just sharing session only. Sukirman was a PhD student in University of Belfast, UK. Dan one day, I never knew him. Saya tidak pernah kenal dia. So one day, he emailed me. Dan dia bilang, and he said, Dear Prof, I submitted this article to a journal, but it was rejected. So can we write this together and submit it for publication? And I said, okay, no problem. Walaupun I've never met him, tak pernah tengok muka dia, tak pernah kenal nama dia. So I liked his bravery, keberanian untuk approach saya. So I agreed. Now the one thing about Sukirman that you also need to know adalah kekuatannya ialah dia tidak mudah mengalah. And in publication, especially in Q1 journals, itu sangat penting. That you should not give up very easily. Kalau rejection satu, baru satu kali rejection, kita hantar balik. Kali kedua rejection, hantar balik. Kali ketiga, kali keempat, kali kelima. That is normal. Tidak ada siapa pun kecuali mungkinlah yang profesor yang big names in macam contohnya Paul Nation atau beberapa orang lagi. Mungkin mereka tu is easy for them, but for us, termasuk saya, it's a long and difficult process. Jadi kita harus lalui, because itu yang akan mendewasakan kita. And for your information, walaupun saya sudah banyak menerbit dalam Scopus Q1 dan sebagainya, saya pun editor juga untuk Scopus Journal Q1 dan sebagainya, tapi I still get rejection. Paper saya pun di reject. Minggu lepas 3 paper saya di reject. Agak menyedihkan, tapi that is life, you know. Saya pun nak kahwin juga dengan Ratu Dunia, kan? Miss World, saya pun nak kahwin juga, kan? Siapa yang tidak mau kahwin dengan Miss World? Saya pun mau kahwin. Tapi apakah saya? Siapakah saya, kan? Memang tak ada rezeki. So that is something that we also need to accept, that sometimes Allah gives you failure so that you become better. Okay, because with failure we can become better. All right. I don't know whether can we make it larger a bit? Can we make it larger? Okay. Smaller sikit. Sikit. Okay, just nice. Thank you. So, and last year, in 2024, Sukirman akhirnya selesai dia S3 in UK. He returned home to Palapo, Sulawesi, and he invited me to conduct a 2 days workshop on how to write articles dan sebagainya. So I was there. So I shared my experiences dan sebagainya, strategies dan sebagainya untuk 2 hari ya. So coming back to Sukirman, so how we did this adalah, and masa itu adalah PKP, dan when he reached in Belfast to do his PhD, PKP bermula, COVID. So he couldn't come back. Jadi selama 3 tahun atau 4 years he was there, tidak dapat pulang. Dan kami berhubung melalui WA and email and Google Docs sahaja. So what is the first process that we did? The first process adalah I asked him to copy and paste dalam Google Doc. I don't know if you are using Google Doc atau biasa guna atau tidak. Google Doc adalah Word document, tapi bila kita make corrections tu, dia akan automatic update. Okay, and that is very useful for collaborative journal article writing. So, I would give one comment, dan dia akan betulkan, dan begitu. Dan sometimes, he send me the revision hari ini, saya melihat, I give comments, saya pulangkan, esok atau 2 hari kemudian, he will respond and he will have his revision made. So, proses itu berlanjutan daripada hari ke hari hingga hari ke hari. Sehinggalah artikel itu siap. And we submitted kepada the same journal yang reject dia awal-awal. To the same journal which rejected him. And it was accepted. Jadi kita menghantar pada 2 Januari 22. You can see on the right side, ya. And it was accepted, diterima for publication on 22nd March 2023. So about 10 months. Januari, oh no, berapa? 13 bulan lebih kurang. Okay, the idea was it still had to go to review process, masih di review. Jadi what happened was we did this continuously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what are the changes that we did, yeah, because I still remember proses pembaikian this article. So kalau kita melihat dulu pada introduction, can you scroll up please? So that we can look at the introduction. Okay, all right. Now, in the original manuscript, apa yang Sukirman letak adalah tentang Indonesia and publication by Indonesian lecturers or students. So everything was about Indonesia. The need for publication by Indonesian lecturers, the need for publication by Indonesian postgraduate student, S2 and S3 and so forth. So the first thing I asked him to do adalah to discuss the issues important, not from the Indonesian perspective, but from a global perspective. So you can see that the first paragraph itu is about scholarly publishing. Why is it important? So that scholarly publishing ini bukan hanya di Indonesia. Publishing ini sangat penting everywhere. Right? It is important everywhere dan bukan hanya untuk Indonesia. So I could be from Japan. Contohnya saya dari Jepang and I want to see whether how is this article relevant to me. Tapi kalau sekiranya introductionnya everything about Indonesia, so there is no interest for me. So I will say, oh, this article khusus untuk orang Indonesia. So I don't have to read this article. So in the introduction, you have to be global. Isu-isunya harus global. Dan kalau kita lihat, for example, we introduced index database such as Scopus and Web of Science. So Scopus and Web of Science itu pun dah melambangkan isu global. Semua orang di dunia ini, dosen-dosen di seluruh dunia ini, they want to publish in Scopus and Web of Science. Yeah. Okay, next page. Can we see the? Okay. So kalau kita lihat the first paragraph, we talked about Singapore, for example, and then we talked about Malaysia, and then China, India, Indonesia. So we never talked about Indonesian. We talked about issue of publication in all the countries, and all the countries have similar issues. And therefore, again, if you look in the second paragraph, considering the above jolting trend following China and Norway, Indonesia also conditioned scholarly publishing as one of the main requirements for scholars. So what I've done adalah put the context of other countries in parallel and similar to Indonesia. Okay? All right. So if we go downstairs pula, sorry, in the last paragraph di bawah. Okay? So only in the last paragraph I sort of like focus on the Indonesian situation. Okay? Hence, this study would address the aforesaid gap and give us in-depth insights and bawah sekali, multiple activities experienced by Indonesian scholars. So what we are doing is that we are approaching from a global approach and then baru started to link to the Indonesian context, slowly, bit by bit. And then one important aspect that we also focus is the gap. What is the research gap? Apa yang belum lagi dilakukan? What are the things that has not been done? What is lacking? Because in publication, what they also want to look for is the research gap yang memerlukan penelitian lanjut. Okay? All right. Next page, please. Next page. Next page. Okay, theoretical framework. Okay, theoretical framework. Now, in the original paper yang Sukirman submit, tidak ada teori. There was no theoretical framework ataupun model ataupun theories digunakan to frame the study. So I told him we need to have a theory because without a theory, the study will not be strong. Jadi a very important issue adalah in publications, tak kira what kind of publication or research that you're doing, it must be framed in a solid theoretical framework. Harus ada teori. So I asked him to identify what are the possible theories that would be suitable. And I said, you have to read, you need to research, and you suggest to me 2 or 3 theories that would be possible to situate the research. Jadi dia pergi, dia baca, dan dia suggestkan 2 atau 3, I can't remember, tapi dia suggest beberapa teori. So what I suggested to him, so I looked at his theories and I said, okay, most probably the activity theory, AT, is suitable. So the next step was, how do you use this theory to frame the research? Because this theory, if we go to the next page, di bawah sekali itu, kalau kita boleh look at the figure, yes. Okay, so the activity theory has these elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 6 elements. Okay, so all these elements we place the research. What is it that we want to look for? So this activity theory ini menjadi satu frame di mana kalau teori itu mempunyai 6 atau 7 elemen, then all the 6 or 7 elemen itu akan dikaji dalam kajian tersebut, this research. Okay, so we looked at the theories and we sort of like matched what should be we looking at. Okay, so that's the third one, the second one, right? Okay, next, let's go to methods. Okay, now one of the weaknesses, let's go up. Let's go detail, the next page, sorry. Next page. All right. So what I found when I looked at Sukirman's original manuscript adalah dia punya methods itu terlalu simple. just like 2-3 paragraph. Now the methods is the most important part of a paper because it explains everything that you did, how you did it, why did you do certain things, and in which manner did you do those things. So bila adanya semua itu, then your study becomes complete because everybody else can refer and they will know, they will be able to identify how you collected the data, what kind of data that you collected, and how did you analyze those data. Itu semua sangat penting. So I asked him to write in depth about the methods, harus detail. Okay, dan disokong dengan literature. Okay, next please. So anda boleh lihat, so how detailed. In fact, how we generate the findings pun, we put tables explaining how the qualitative data that we collected, we analyze and we derive themes or main aspects from that study. Okay, next page. Okay, so the other thing is findings and discussion adalah findings and discussion tu sangat penting, and we need to fall back on the theories that we used earlier. In the initial original manuscript presented by Sukirman, there were no in-depth analysis, and many of them were mainly descriptive. Now, so if you want to publish in Scopus journals, the findings has to be bukan sekadar descriptive, tetapi analytical, insightful, and critical. Those are the three things which were missing daripada manuscript asal Sukirman. Okay, next page, please. Next page. So all these are findings. Okay, let's go to discussion. Discussion, I think next page. Go. Next page. Oh, okay, sorry. So what we did was, we sort of like, if you look at table 3, kalau kita boleh melihat table 3, can we show table 3 please? Table 3. So, one important aspect of scholarly publishing in Scopus adalah what new findings, new ideas, new knowledge that you have obtained from your research. If you are just going to say what other people have done, sama seperti, oh, dapatan kajian ini sama seperti John 2006. The similar findings have been reported by Ali 2017, begitu. You need to identify what new ideas are you presenting. Okay, what new areas of research that you are exploring. So, in table 3, what we did adalah new contradictions created by implementation of collaborative scholarly publishing. So, new contradictions, which is something new as compared to previously published. Okay, let's look at conclusion. So, conclusion, the common mistake that is selalu dibuat adalah conclusion is written as if menulis summary or ringkasan. So that is not the case. Usually, conclusion is supposed to be critical, insightful. What's next? It should be answering the question, what's next? You have done this research, so what's next? What are the implications? What are the suggestions for future studies? What limitations that you have learned from this current study, and therefore in the future studies you want to expand more in terms of areas of research. Okay? Alright, so secara ringkasnya, the experience with Sukirman, the one thing adalah you have to write daily. So Sukirman was writing daily, almost daily. And I was responding to him almost daily. Jadi dia hantar, saya hantar. I give him comments. Sometimes he will say, Prof, I need to read some articles before I can respond to your question. Okay, no problem. So dia akan baca dan based on his reading, dia akan suggest, dia akan menulis, dia akan revise. So that is the kind of attitude, semangat yang harus ada. So you cannot be just because it was rejected once, kita mengalah and say tidak mau publish. Sometimes begitu. And in fact, my own personal experience adalah ada banyak juga journal as Q1 ataupun Q2 saya rejected 4 atau 5 kali sebelum finally accepted. So that is a normal process. Okay. Okay, so can we see the next article? Artikelnya nombor artikel nombor 12. Okay, now artikel nombor 12, this is published in Journal of Computing in Higher Education, dan jurnal ini juga Scopus Q1, and tidak dibayar 1 sen pun, atau 1 rupiah pun tidak dibayar. So meaning to say you can publish without money, tapi untuk itu, your research has to be of high quality. The writing of that research has to be of high quality. Now, one of the most important criteria to publish in good journals, recognized journals, adalah what is the contribution of your study. Okay? Kalau dalam kita in education, the contribution could be dalam berbagai bentuk. For example, it could be in the form of a model. So based on the data, kita hasilkan model. Based on the data, we provide pedagogical, kerangka pedagogical, ataupun pedagogical framework, ataupun kita suggest kaedah pengajaran, ataupun modul, contohnya. Jadi, for example, in this article, can we go di bawah sikit? Agak banyak jugalah di bahagian discussion, selepas discussion. So journal ni dipublish oleh Springer. Dia muka page yang ke-21. Dia ada macam roda. Go down. Turun lagi, next page. Yang itu, figure 2. Can we look at figure 2? Alright, so journals would be expecting what is something new that you are providing us. Apakah perkara baru that you are providing us? What are the new things that you are telling us? What new ideas you are presenting? So based on the findings of our research, we came out with a model, a pedagogical framework for social media as e-portfolio, activity-based, and outcome-based and integrated-based. So based on on these findings, we come out with a model. Dan model ini jadi salah satu kekuatan of this article. Right? So this is something that you have to think about. So, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to take questions. I think you have more questions. Maybe you have questions about how to improve your article. Yang itu lebih beneficial. So for example, what are the things that you should be doing dan sebagainya. I don't know, ada dosen di sini ya? Ada dosen, S2, S3, pelajar S2 pun ada. So maybe you want to ask me question and I think that one will be more interactive and beneficial to you. So also questions from online dan sebagainya. Okay, any questions? Silakan. Yes.
Okay, I will repeat again. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to ask you from your perspective as a director, editor from the journals in Scopus. So what kind of abstract that will qualify as a good abstract or great abstract in the high impact journals, and how we as the authors try to give the novelty and also show the readers in front of our journals to give the novelty and also try to give the new contribution to them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll answer the question on abstract. Abstract ni, tak kira whether it's in a book, for a book, or a thesis, or an article, it's actually a mini version. Kalau thesis, mini version of the thesis. Kalau article, dia isi parti. It's the gist of the paper. So an abstract, a good abstract will always have the problem that it wants to solve, what is the objective, and therefore what are the methods used, what are the main findings found, and then maybe a concluding remark that talks about future studies or contribution of the study. So you will have about you will have about maybe 15 sentences in an abstract. So that is more than enough. So you just have like one sentence for problem statement, one objective, methods maybe 2 sentences, and then findings maybe 1 or 2 sentences, and then concluding remark with all the suggestions. And so you don't write a lot, but at the same time, by reading the abstracts, reading the abstract is like reading the entire paper. Okay, all right? So that you need to make sure that you have done that. So the second question is about novelty. Now, some people say novelty is important, but look, novelty can be, there are 2 types of novelty. Novelty yang berguna dengan novelty yang tak berguna. So you could do a research and that is a novelty, but it could be useless. So rather than focusing on the novelty, focus on the innovation and contribution. What would be your innovation and what would be your contribution? Okay, contoh novelty. Let me give you an example. This is Samsung S24 Ultra. When I bought Samsung 10 Plus, Note 10, 10 Plus, it has the capability to take pictures underwater. And I tried. Sekali saja, lepas tu tak pernah guna. So that is novelty. So it is a useless novelty because I only used it once. You want something, innovation, something new that explores future studies, that explores new areas of research, and it has contribution. So focus on the innovation and contribution rather than novelty. Okay, because novelty can be meaningful and as well as meaningless. Okay, so how do you show that? You need to identify, there are a few places that you can identify this innovation and contribution. Number one, in the abstract. Number two, in the conclusion. And if you want to introduce the innovation, you can do that in the introduction. The contribution, obviously, for example, this one is a contribution of this study. It's an outcome, it's a tangible outcome. Therefore, it appears after the findings have been analyzed and discussed. So it can also be part of the conclusion. So that's why this contribution is towards the end of the paper. Okay? Now, you can include it in the abstract. Can we look at the abstract? I'm not sure whether I mentioned that in the abstract or not. Very first page. Go down. Let's see the complete abstract. Okay, so if you look at the last sentence, a pedagogical framework for the planning and implementation, it is mentioned here. So based on that, so the abstract should capture everything that is essential, which you can find it in the entire paper. All right? So the contribution is towards the end, perhaps in the conclusion or before the conclusion, as a pedagogical framework or implications of the study. Whereas the innovation could be mentioned somewhere in the introduction. And there are many types of innovation. Maybe you are addressing the research gap. Okay? So you need to show in the introduction that this thing is important because nobody has explored it, nobody has researched it, and therefore, one of the significance of this study is I'm going to do this. That is something that it can be done in the introduction. You can also show it in the literature review. So how do you, so you show that people have done this, but not this. Okay? Any more? I think I can cover all the questions.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, other questions? Any questions from the Zoom?
Maybe the operator open the chat box. Maybe there is question. Okay, anyone who wants to ask question?
Yes, silakan Bu.
Oh, okay.
Using social media, sir, because we just read the abstract and also the article, but we don't know exactly the real example of the portfolio using social media. Okay.
Now, if you want to see a social media portfolio, you can always go to Facebook and you can search for this, PET 2025. If you have your Facebook account, PET 2025. So what does e-portfolio, social media e-portfolio means? Now, e-portfolio captures, I don't know if you can write or not, PET, PET 2025. So you can search in Facebook. Yeah, go to Facebook. You have to PET 2025. Can you just search? I don't know whether you'll be able to do. You have to log in. If you have Facebook account, then it's easy. So if you have your own Facebook account, PET 2025. Bukan yang ini. You have to register. I mean, if you have your Facebook account, sudah cari PET 2025. Cari dalam grup ya. Cari dalam grup PET 2025.
Yes.
Ya, that one. Boleh dia tak load. Itu di sana atas. Okay. Okay, this is a Facebook whereby my students, I'm teaching listening and speaking. So this is my class. Kelas saya semuanya di luar bilik darjah, tidak ada yang di dalam. So if you go here, so all my students are part of this group members. Kalau kita boleh scroll di bawah. Okay. So whatever learning, teaching and learning that they experience, they seminggu sekali they have to upload pictures atau video, and then they have to reflect. Can you click here please? See more. Click di situ. So this is the reflection. What they did, what they learned, what kind of experiences did they gain? Okay, so this is capturing, this is reflection, and then ada evidence. So e-portfolio ni adalah basically to capture. So for example, 10 years from now, you can go back and look at what you have learned, and you can reflect. Okay, so I've been doing this since 2010. Jadi saya ada banyak data about students, how they learn, what they learn, and all the activities that I have sort of like conducted. So this one is, they conducted a language camp di sekolah dasar. So they sort of like reflected what they did. If you go up lagi. Okay, janganlah up sangat. Okay, I think this is also another camp. We are also doing musical theatre. Go up if we can see the pictures. Up lagi. Alright, up. So you can play di sini, tekan play. So what they're doing adalah, they are training for the musical theatre. And this musical theatre, mereka berkolaborasi dengan sekolah senior high. Okay, so my class is minggu sekali. Jadi after each class, they have to reflect. And if you click here more, so you can see what they did and what they did learning, what they are expecting. And in fact, mereka punya persembahan adalah next week. Okay, so this is e-portfolio. So all my students for 14 weeks, they have to do each week just one posting, what they have learned in the classroom, but then they need to upload pictures, videos, and reflection. So that secara khususnya, secara ringkasnya is what an e-portfolio is. Jadi menggunakan social media. One of my PhD student is currently doing e-portfolio menggunakan TikTok. Okay, that is her research for listening and speaking. So there's one article which I published on the use of Facebook. Nanti I'll send to Dr. apa nama tadi? Nafia, and then maybe she can share with you guys. Okay? All right, thank you. Unless ada soalan lain? Yes. Yes, you have to train them. Because when they write, mula-mula, they will write macam menulis diary. Hari ini pergi makan makan ayam, ikan. So you have to train them how to write. So usually at the beginning of the semester, I would give them some templates, contoh, for them to read and understand. Usually I will ask them questions for them to ask themselves. Okay? All right.
Maybe another question from the lecturers, maybe? Okay. Okay, Prof, I think that's enough. Thank you to Professor Kamarul for your impressive insight. Ladies and gentlemen, before we end this session, I would like to say thank you so much from my deepest heart to Professor Kamarul for spending time to attend this webinar. And for that, we would like to give you an award in the form of certificate of appreciation for being our speaker today. And the certificate of appreciation will be presented by Dr. Muhammad Tamrin. With honor, we would like to invite Dr. Muhammad Tamrin to the stage. Thank you so much. We have now reached the end of the presentation session with our four remarkable speakers. I sincerely thank to all participants and delegates for joining this webinar. It has been an honor to serve as your moderator. See you at our next event. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And for my fellow student Novel, the host of the webinar, time is yours.
Before we close, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished speakers and participants. May today's international webinar bring blessings and valuable insight to all of us. Please remember to fill out the attendance form. As the host, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your participation. We look forward to welcoming you at our next webinar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To everyone, let's take a picture together.
Gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and sound.
Izin bertanya Bapak Ibu, instansi diisi tempat kita mengajar atau kampus Unusa? Bagi masa apanya?
Maaf, izin keluar ya.
Crack it.